So my dad calls me into the living room and everybody's fucking smiling. I'm like, what is this, the Twilight Zone? My father's sitting there with this shit-eating grin on his face and he's like, Bruce, your mother's gonna be a star. You see, my mother used to write scripts to her favorite soap operas, like The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless. And you should have seen these fucking things. They were like this thick. Like if anybody tried to break into our house, you could have bludgeoned them with one of these scripts. And in all of these scripts, she became the new focal point of the story. The new love interest. The Jewish woman with MS from Brooklyn that all the male suitors just die for. And I used to see her working on these things on a typewriter just every day for hours and hours and hours. And we mocked her for it. But now she's telling me and my father that the network executives read her script, they love it, and they're gonna put her on TV in a month. So mind you, we didn't have two of nothing at this point. We got roaches crawling up and down the fucking walls. I'm sleeping on a blood-stained mattress. Never found out where the blood came from. But my dad took what little money we had and just fucking spoiled us. He took us to fucking Manhattan, which for us poor Jews was like a vacation, right? He bought my mother clothes. He took her to fancy restaurants. They were sitting across from each other, missing teeth, eating pasta like fucking Lady and the Tramp. And I'm with my mother every night and she's showing me these real estate magazines with these fucking luxurious mansions and she's looking at me and she's like, which one do you want to live in? I'm going to school the next day. I'm telling everybody I know, you'll be allowed at my mansion, but you won't be able to come because you're a fucking asshole. I don't like you. A few weeks go by. My father asks her, what's going on with the TV? When you're starting? Nothing. My mom says, oh, I talked to him. It's gonna take a little bit more time. Weeks turn into months. Now all of a sudden I'm thinking, what the fuck? She was so sure about this. She told us that she talked to somebody, that they read one of her scripts, that they loved it, and that they were gonna put her on television. That this was gonna change our entire fucking lives, that we were finally gonna get out of here. Maybe be able to eat every night. Who knows, right? Live the fucking life of all that glitters is gold and all that stuff, right? One day I'm snooping around and my mother had this big trash bin where she would throw out the scripts that she didn't like. And I started digging through it. And I find a package with a return to sender envelope. And I open it up and there's a letter in there. Thank you so much, Mrs. Grossman, for being a fan of the show. Unfortunately, we do not accept fan submissions. And I think they gave her some fucking signed 8x10 or some shit. And I went to my father and I showed him this. I'm like, look at this. She was lying the entire time. Some of you might be wondering, well, why the fuck would you fall for something like that? Why would your family fall for something like that? When you're in the situation we were in, you want to believe because all you fucking got is hope. So if you take hope away, that's it. I remember the look in my father's face, that defeated expression of like, I just blew all this money again because Marcy talked to somebody. And this would be a trend in my life. My mother would talk to somebody, say something was gonna happen, reassure us of it to the fucking moon, and then it never would.